Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Humm Daddies. I am Jake Lucas. I'm with Dave Greenstein. I am also with Joseph Starkey, big fan of the California Golden Bears that are based here at University of California, Berkeley. And we're going to talk some Cal Bears football today. We're going to talk the Giants, of course, the Niners, your transactionalist Golden State Warriors. They have not participated in this offseason, which is curious. And there's also some stories about English Premier League soccer. And right now I'm wearing this, and we can get into that later. That's La Liga soccer. But how you guys doing? What's going on?
Hey, it's hot summer nights. It's hot. It's 90 degrees in this room. I'm dying, schwitzing, drinking.
They call it the dog days of August, Dave.
They do.
My place gets really, like, the heat really gets captured at night, and it's
boils in Berkeley. What is it,
Yeah,
48 right now?
Yeah, come on now.
no insulation in my house is like it just really gets the heat catches up all day. You know, it builds and builds and builds, and then it's all trapped inside the house at night. It's a strange phenomenon.
Yeah, I really struggling with those mid-70s summer nights.
That reminds me, Jake, I grew up in a house made of concrete, and it was very much the same thing, where it was nice and cool, and then around 4 p.m., all the heat just kept pouring in, and you could never get cool.
Exactly.
I remember.
We actually have AC here, though. We got that installed when we put the new unit in, or the addition. So, I mean, we're pussies, though. We ran it today. Yesterday I wanted it, but yeah, it was like 71 degrees outside. We're using AC. It's a little, I don't know, not very respectable, but we did it.
You'll survive. You're tough. You're a Brooklynite.
You're a warrior.
All right, so let's talk about what are we drinking, what are we wearing, what are we drinking?
All right. Well, I'm fitted out in all Cal Bears paraphernalia. Got my Berkeley hat on, my number 8 Aaron the Enigma Rodgers jersey. What a player he was for your California Golden Bears.
All right, we'll hold off till later.
I am drinking a Joe Montana Hugged Deschutes Kirkland beer, the beer of the summer. I know I've had this a few times on the show before, but I can't express how great this Deschutes beer is. Yes, it says Kirkland on it, but it's the best thing you'll have. It's delicious. Beer of the summer. Can't get over it. Dave, you were just in Deschutes country, no?
That's right. I was there. I didn't drink any Kirkland beer. I should have. But yeah, I was up in Bend, Oregon on a little vacation for the birthday week and had a great time with the little one. Beautiful. It's a good time. Yeah. Hang out in Big Tristan's house. You guys know Big T.
I miss that guy. It's been a while.
Yeah, he's got like a 5-acre, just nice piece of land with a basketball court on it and a hot tub, an extra house. It's impressive.
Stop showing off, Tristan. So long.
Like, that's kind of a long stay to stay at a friend's house.
Well, yeah, right. When you have your own house on a 5-acre piece of property, you can kind of stay on your own side.
Makes more sense.
You probably forgot you were there.
Tried to.
Yeah, we all thought Dave moved to Bend, Oregon.
But yeah, once I go on vacation, guys, I kind of shut it down. I very much like to get off most of my socials back at home and pretend like I don't live anywhere except where I am.
I went to Hawaii and back, and it was 1/3 of your trip.
Yeah?
Half, maybe.
And tonight I'm drinking down the last bit of orange I'm going to have the rest of this year, which is coming out of this lovely little Aperol Giant Spritz as we're spritzing towards the end of a rough season.
It's not the end yet, buddy. We'll get into
it. It is in my book.
What are you wearing?
I got an all blacks on. New Zealand. You like a little rugby? You like a punch in the face? You don't want to play this team because they fuck you up. Yeah, I got this, and I also played for a baseball team, a like semi-pro team called the All Blacks in Oakland with a bunch of white guys on the team.
Oh man,
The only reason why we're called an All Blacks is because the guy who started the team was from New Zealand, and he was just so obsessed with his rugby team. He decided to rename us. We're wearing all black again, white people in Oakland playing in like the Oakland Tech baseball field, All Blacks. Go figure.
The Oakland All Blacks could be certainly taken the wrong way.
It was so perfect. Anyway, my connection back to the city.
That's amazing.
All right, I guess I'll go over my Spain stuff now. So, what I'm wearing is a pink Giants hat purchased for my daughter and wife to share, I guess. I don't know. Or one of them. I don't know which one that was intended for. By my wife's Spanish cousin and her awesome family that just broke the Giants losing streak. I took them out to the Giants game on Sunday, and magic happened. It had to do, I think, with their positive energy. And also Dave sent one of his famous cooler texts where he just was talking about how bad the Giants are and how they never score any runs. Just like that, you get a dude's first career homer. You get Tyler Fitzgerald hitting a bomb, and you get, 7 runs?
Yeah. I hit you with the iceberg, baby.
Yeah. So, I mean, the cooler came around, and we needed it. And doesn't look great right now, but they got another win yesterday. We'll see how it all turns out. And then when I was in Madrid, I got a Real Madrid jersey. This one is Lucas Vazquez, and on the back of the jersey says Lucas, which is my last name, so that's what I'm doing. And then, so I was exhausted today. I fell asleep in like the second inning of this Giants game and just woke up half an hour ago. So I already took down another monster.
Oh my God. Oh, helpless. What flavor?
Put it on the monster count.
Ultra Peachy Keen.
Ultra Peachy Keen? That's like an old man monster.
Oh, no.
And then took down...
Just keep it up. Just keep it up.
That's right! We can't have anyone freak out there, okay? We've got to keep our composure. We've come too far. There's too much to lose. We've got to just keep our composure.
There you go.
Exactly. So yeah, now I just popped open a Michelob Ultra. So I love a nice multitude of drinks, and here we are.
So Jake, I thought you had totally given up on this Giant season 7 times over, full despair mode, and then the Spanish weekend, you're back in.
As we just spoke about on the last podcast, I can end a season in my head and come right back just like that. All it takes is a little magic, a little self-deception.
Yeah, and next thing I know, you're posting about Cy Youngs and World Series potential.
Yeah, I hope people can realize I'm being a little sarcastic there. But there's some people that reached out to me saying, "Fuck yeah, let's go."
Yeah, you're the epitome of jumping off or flying off the handle over and over again.
Yeah.
Some people may say the Giants have World Series potential.
I mean, they might. You never know.
Sometimes you know.
Sometimes you do know. They ain't got it this year. We'll get into that later.
I just need a nice mix of the Spaniards to continue following the Giants even when they go back to Spain, and I need Dave to keep believing with his gypsy magical spell soul that the Giants are garbage and the season is flatlined. And
It's gone. It's done.
And that's the mix we need. That's the magical mix there.
When this drink is gone, it's over.
I do appreciate that even though the season is pretty much over for all intents and purposes, you're still out there enjoying yourself with the family, the foreign family, and, enjoying beautiful summer days in the 60s out here in the Bay Area with, a beautiful day, beautiful friends, watching some ball. It doesn't get any better than that.
Don't
sleep on it.
I just ask for them to be competitive, and I'll be interested. As long as they're not mathematically out, that's usually I'm in the season until they're mathematically eliminated. Also, it's a really cool experience to just take these kids, like 11 and 9-year-old Spanish kids that love sports in Spain, but they're not very familiar with baseball. So it's cool to try to teach them the game, and they're big golfers. So I actually threw some wiffle balls to them, and they had really good cuts, like right off the bat. So that was pretty impressive. But yeah, it was a really fun time with them.
I mean, the reality is if you're a Giants fan, you're blessed with a bad team. Doesn't matter. You still get to go to one of the most beautiful baseball fields ever. Period. It's
one
just
of the most beautiful
gorgeous
places to watch sports in the world.
It's just fantastic. I used to play tennis at the top of Nob Hill at the Alice Marbles um, tennis courts, and you're literally sitting on top of Nob Hill on in a public park where they've got a basketball court and like maybe 4 tennis courts
Uh-huh.
with the best views of all of Marin, the Golden Gate Bridge, Alcatraz, and like this is a public park. This is this property value is ridiculous, and I just reminded me of like what a gorgeous place we get to live in, and the fact that we get to have some of these amenities where they're not just given away to the richest people in the world. So it's a special place to be, San Francisco, certain times of the year. And hey, we're around on the corner at some of the best times to be in the city, and we're going to be there next week.
Yeah, those who know that this is the time of year to be in the Bay Area. The September, October, pristine.
August through October, it's the most perfect place to be. I can't imagine a better place to be.
Yep. So let's talk about where we're going next week.
Yeah, so next week, guys, the Humm Daddies are going to join Paulie Mack and Tony Ryan, Creative Tony, as they call him, and their fan base out at the ball game, August 26th against the Cubs. It's sponsored by this guy named Los that is a sponsor on their show, and it's going to be a meetup between the two crews. So, come out to the ball game. It's Tuesday, August 26th. It's going to be a hell of a time. We're going to Longbridge Pizza beforehand.
Oh man, you're hitting all the sponsors. Got the mortgage thing.
Start sponsoring us, guys.
Yeah, we'll take Domino's, but that's fine.
Yeah, Pizza Hut, anybody.
You gonna give Dom a shout out? I mean, what else you missing here?
Yeah. Well, they give us shout outs on their show, so why not?
Hell yeah. All right.
But, yeah.
Daddy talk.
Talk about beautiful places. And I actually had a birthday party, third birthday for my daughter on, what was that, Joe? Saturday?
Indeed.
At also an amazing, beautiful place, the Berkeley Marina, which is also just a gorgeous view when you're right there, in the heart of the bay. And Mr. Starkey came through, so that reminds us. Let's talk about our kids because we're daddies. And I also watched the Los Culturistas award show with Bo and Yang. A lot of daddy talk on there. That's a whole different thing. But Starkey, what's going on with Kendall and
Hoodie?
And Huddy?
Yeah, they're great. You saw Kendall on Saturday. So on Sunday, I was watching the old Cubs game. That's my team this year, guys. The Chicago Cubs. I'm looking forward to seeing them play at Ye Old Pac Bell next Tuesday. Anyway, my son, he's kind of iffy on the sports stuff. I got baseball games on all the time. And gosh dang, it's just like the best to watch Wrigley Field in the background all the time. It's just like so much pomp and circumstance, and there's the organ going, and you got the ivy, and it's just a great scene. And all of a sudden, he just really has found something that he attached to. When the Cubs win, they play this silly song, "Go Cubs Go." It's like a little fight song they play, and he was just dancing his little butt off, jumping around, dancing around, and then they won the game, and then they played the song, and he was just like hypnotized. I'm like, oh, I think we found a spark. I think he's in. Anyway, I think I acquired a Cubs fan for the time being, somebody to watch the games with me. So Dad was stoked, loved it, man.
Joe, that reminds me of the story you told with Hudson watching the football game where the Niners were on that last drive and fumbled at the goal line, and he was about to become like a big 49er football fan, and that drive blew up, and it blew up the relationship with the Niners that year.
Haven't returned back since. We'll try again this year.
Nice. Dave?
Yeah, I think the most fun thing I've done in a while was see my daughter go from... We were in Oaxaca, Mexico in December, and I tried to put her into a wicker basket bath lined with well, we didn't have any bath with us. And I was like, how are we going to get her, engaged with water and clean her up here? And so we tried to do this whole thing. And
in Mexico? Did she get Montezuma's revenge taking a bath?
No, we were in a shower, and we were trying to fill up a basin of whatever we could find. Yeah. So this is what we had. And we tried it, and she freaked out. So for 5 months, she wouldn't get into any water. bathtubs, anything at home. It was a nightmare. We had to clean her with like a washcloth, and even then she was like, "Get off me! Don't touch me!"
Wow.
And then finally we kind of had some breakthroughs. She was getting into a bath, but kind of like, I don't know. And then this trip we took to Bend, we went to the club pool that Tristan's a member of, and where there's a bunch of very wealthy parents that walk around. And they all check each other out. It's kind of a scene there. It's weird. But we took her to the pool. We finally got her to like kind of get in the pool, and we got one of those big, floaties on that gets her chest in there so she can completely just float around. Slowly but surely she gets in, and then one thing leads to another. And by the end, I had her jumping off the ledge into my arms and fully submerging a couple of times. And it's been like a breakthrough. She like water, loves it now, gets in the bath, splashes around, let her go over her head. It is just, it was amazing. So I was big win for Dad and Mom for sure. And when you can break through the water barrier, it makes for a lot of fun. So we were at another cool place called Morton's Warm Springs up in Glen Ellen. We should all go there. Highly recommend it. Very cool spot. Multiple like hot spring pools that are a really nice temperature, big grassy area. You can barbecue. There's a creek. So some other, great California Indian summer fun ahead of us.
For sure. Well, since we last spoke, I had 2 kids submerged in water in Kauai at Kaloa Landing. Just a beautiful trip. They were short though, and 5-hour flights the kids did pretty well, but it's still 2 small kids on a 5-hour flight each way. But then the birthday party was the best because a lot of the girls were in princess dresses, including Mila, my daughter, and her friend Kaya spent the whole time just painting their faces.
Oh yes, they did.
Completely purple and pink. It looked. What's the Indian holiday? Holi or Holly or something?
Yeah, Holly.
Yeah, that Coldplay had like a video there or something. But yeah, just splashed paint all over themselves, running around like.
There's also Ganesh Fest, which is another one where they throw chalk on their faces. Probably had a similar look.
Yeah. So Mila was 100% like purple, and her face was completely covered. It was.
Oh, dude, they were going at it. They were just like hardcore putting on their makeup, sans mirror, just self application wherever they felt like it. It was great.
Fine brushing, yeah, it was a lot of fun. Really cute seeing 3-year-old girls go to town like that, and also so Mila's really into still. I mean, Paw Patrol since we last talked has just picked up. The interest has only gotten greater.
How could it be any more than last time?
Well, now I know about Tracker. He makes an occasional appearance. There's Mayor Humdinger is really someone I'm kind of locked in on because the voice is it's like an old fashioned impression of like a gay guy in 60s movies. It's hard to explain, but if you take a listen to Mayor Humdinger's voice, it's quite interesting.
It's a humdinger.
You have Mayor Goodwin, I think, or something like that. She has a pet chicken. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on. Everest is in the snow, and then there's a character Jake that Mila says it's like you, Daddy, but it's not you. And so we kept asking, "Are you excited for your princess party on Saturday?" And she said, "Yeah, and I want a Paw Patrol party." And my wife said, "Well, you said you wanted a princess party, so we're having a princess party." She's like, "Oh, okay. Then I will have 2 parties, a princess party and a Paw Patrol party." But so we just kind of tried to merge both of them. But it was very successful. A lot of fun had, a lot of family there, a lot of friends there. Mr. Starkey was there and had to make a couple walks to the bathroom, which was kind of far away. So.
Oh, man. Yeah, that could have been my dad's splaining right there. You never really get too excited to hear that you got to go drop a number 2 at the public park. It's a little dicey, Not what you want to. That's what you want to do. Spend the next half an hour trying not to touch anything.
Joe might have had a big day.
Yeah, so he had a lot of fun. Starkey had a blast at the party.
Yeah.
But yeah, and also little Jordy is getting bigger and bigger, and most people are having a lot of trouble picking him, like holding him for more than a few seconds now. So that's great. My back's getting thrown out all the time.
Right tackle, Jordy.
Yeah, I mean, it's in Hawaii. I couldn't carry. I used to be able to, just carry him wherever we went, and it was exhausting to go, like, because you're walking all over a resort and stuff, and he hates his stroller, so I have to fucking carry him everywhere, and he's not walking yet.
What's his weight right now?
We haven't weighed him, but I don't know. It was the 95th percentile last time they weighed him, and he just keeps getting taller and fatter.
Well, Dominic Pooney is injured, so we could use the right tackle right now, Dave.
Yeah, step it up, Jordy.
Let's talk about it. Let's get into those Niners.
Right guard, I should say. Yeah, Niners. Let's do it, man. They had a nice little preseason escapade on Saturday. Snuck it out against the Raiders, 22-19, and my boy Jake Moody put me in a good mood. 5 of 6 and pretty much 2 game-winning field goals in the last minute there, including a 59-yarder. So, wow, confidence is back. We have a kicker again, I think.
Yeah, it's hard to gauge what you have based on the preseason, but that's one position where I think what they show in the preseason can carry over into the regular season.
Well, it's not like there wasn't pressure.
Yeah,
there was certainly pressure. His position in the NFL was sort of on the line, so pretty sure he cared about it.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing about Moody is he had a few big kicks his rookie year against the Lions in the postseason. I mean, he's made some. So I don't put a whole lot behind this. That being said, any positivity hopefully leads to more positivity, and if it can be sustained because he's getting to be a bit more veteran, thinks he has the spot held. Maybe it sticks and it doesn't become the up and down roller coaster that it's been otherwise with Mr. Moody.
Well, yeah. So I mean, it didn't start off so great. He missed like a 44-yarder or something, and he like snuck in a 26-yarder and barely made it. And then he poured it on. And what I like about what I'm hearing about Moody is he changed his step to a 3-step to a 2-step because he's got a lot of power, and so he could still get. I think he said up to 63 yards with the 2-step, which is like plenty. You don't need to go past 63, bro.
Simplify.
So, yeah, so he hit this 59-yarder with a 2-step. I'm like, you're more accurate. That's better. Good.
Joe Starkey, the kicker whisperer, dropping some good kicking knowledge there. And what I saw was what I'm most psyched about so far. And I keep hearing reports out of practice that Ricky Pearsall is like stealing the show. And there's a great rapport with him and Brock. Even today, apparently the best play at practice was a 40-yard bomb, which was a great throw by Brock and a great catch by Pearsall. And he's lighting it up, apparently. Everyone's impressed with him. So, with Juwan Jennings, no timetable on his return. I don't know what the hell that's about. Probably contract related.
He's got the calf injury, so, maybe it's a little bit of both. He might be playing one off the other. Maybe it's calf injury.
Who knows, man? Who knows?
Yeah. So we need Pearsall big time, and it sounds like he's ready to come through.
You know who I kind of liked? First of all, yeah, I totally agree with Pearsall. He looked smooth. It looks like he had good communication going with Brock. There was one they kind of misaligned on, but it looks like he's going to be wide receiver 1 coming out of the gate. But I also like Demarcus Robinson. I know he's got a DUI from last year, so he's got a 3-game suspension, so we won't see him until week 4. I'll be there at week 4 against Jacksonville. But I thought Demarcus Robinson could be a player on this team. Hopefully we get Ayuk back and Juwan Jennings, and it's not really too much.
It's kind of funny, Jerry. You think about like this Niners wide receiver core is going to be pretty thin. They're going to have to rely a lot on the running game and some maybe dinks and dunks here and there and just the grit of their teeth and hopefully a defense that outperforms. But as the season kind of jumps week by week, week 2, maybe we get Jennings in there, maybe week 1, maybe week 2. Then you get Demarcus Robinson, then you get an Ayuk around week 6, and then all of a sudden, maybe the wide receiver core becomes pretty darn polished, and everyone's, by halfway through the season we're just throwing the ball all over the place, especially if Brock can perform.
Or what about baby T.O.? We have Terrell Owens' son on the team, Tariq Owens. Opportunity for you, young man. I thought this guy Robbie Chosen was fairly good, although he kind of dropped one that could have been a really nice catch, but he played pretty well. And I think they got some guys that can probably do it, but we're really going to have to lean on Ricky Pearsall, it looks like, to start the season.
Yeah. The defense is coming along too. I mean, I'm listening more to reports from practice and stuff, and by all accounts, there's like cohesion in the locker room. The new guys that have come in are all pretty. They're surpassing expectations. Everyone except the second round pick. What is it, Collins? He's a little heavy and slow to kind of catch up on his D line.
Alfred Collins, defensive tackle.
D line assignments. So aside from him, I hear that most of the rookies are doing a really good job in kind of fitting in and understanding the game plan. And
one guy I really like, Jake, a rookie, is this Nick Martin guy, outside linebacker. He's just flying around. He looks like he could be a playmaker. I wouldn't be surprised, after say, Warner and D Winners or whatever. He could be like our third, fourth linebacker. He was fast.
Yeah, the Niners have a real knack of finding some linebackers, kind of late in the draft or mid-draft that end up being awesome, hence, Fred Warner. And I think Bowman was not a first rounder, right? I think he was later.
Second or third, maybe?
Yeah, Greenlaw. So, yeah, they have a track record.
Yeah, I love the linebacker core always for the Niners, and that's why I rep as many jerseys as I can out of that back 3 or 4 guys. I heard Nick Martin, his name, a few times this week, and I'm looking forward to seeing where he goes because it's all about that intensity, the linebacker core. You want to go out there and kill. You need to be fearless and more than any other position on the football field, in my opinion, because you're going up against offensive linemen, you're going against tight ends, wide receivers, chop blocking you almost. Like you're blindsided half the time, but you get up and you just keep ripping and roaring. So I love seeing guys like that come out for the Niners, and hopefully we get lucky, see another one come along.
Dave, I really need you to have some hatred and disappointment in your heart and soul right now as the Giants are not looking good. It's 5-1 in the 7th. Just side note there.
Yeah, well, they disgust me, so.
All right. Well, do you want to talk Giants any more than we have? Or
one more thing about the Niners is I am a little concerned about the running game. I know it's just preseason, but I'm not, and hopefully your favorite coach of all time can scheme a little bit here. But I'm not so confident in this running attack. Of course, Christian McCaffrey will help matters. But
if he's healthy,
healthy,
that's the key to the season. 100%. Christian McCaffrey, or we have no chance.
Well, no,
I would say a combination of Christian McCaffrey and an offensive line that can push around some people.
Certainly, that helps.
was awesome at the end of last year. He's a real dude, but he's been injured. He's been banged up all preseason, so they were kind of worried about that. But he's definitely a solid backup.
Yeah, I mean, backups are backups, but when you got to be number one and run every time, or it's just the dynamic of CMC brings a lot of wide receiver mix into this, which opens up so many other guys. So, like, without him, we are lost souls in the NFL, in my opinion. I mean, maybe we could squeeze out 6 wins.
Yeah, Niners are gonna win the Super Bowl now, guys. Take my word for it.
Without Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, without McCaffrey. Anyway, yeah, so moving on. The San Francisco Giants, who I try to talk about every night on those little clips we send out, have been my passion, my pain, my wonder, my joy, my curiosity, my enemy over the course of the last now 4.5 months. And we're getting to the stretch run here. You guys both think the season's completely over, yeah?
99% over.
Okay.
I mean, I still got the Dodgers to root against, so it's not over. And I actually am very interested in the playoffs because the Milwaukee Brewers are going on a hell of a run here, and that team is pretty interesting. So I'll be tuning into baseball, and like we going out and watching a game here and there. I mean, it's great. I love this time of year, and baseball is a great place to put your butt.
Yeah, I mean, so what are they? They're 5.5 out of the final wild card.
Feels like a mile. Feels like 10.5, Joe.
Well, it's gonna be tough. There's just so many teams in the mix. So like, it's not like one team has to tank. You have to have like three teams tank. And I think the
No,
Cubs,
what's
Padres, and Mets
tough?
was like a
What's
good.
tough is they can't pitch anymore because they lost their bullpen, and the starters were never going to be this good all season, and they still can't hit, and their hitting's getting worse. So like they can't turn it around. Like they're one of the worst teams since the All-Star break. So there is no coming back from 5.5 games. That's why it feels like a mile. Like if they were 2.5 back right now, I'd be like maybe. Even though there's 40 games left, almost maybe 35.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go just complete scorched earth, just on fire.
They're gonna have to go 25 and whatever.
Well, they went the other way out of nowhere. No one expected them to be that bad, to lose 15 of 16 at home.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to lose 15 and 16 than to win 15 and 16 in MLB.
No, early in the year they had some really good stretches, and their offense is underperforming. There's something going on mentally with when they play at Oracle. It's bizarre because it seems like they're way more comfortable on the road, and the roster hasn't been banged up really. They're all underperforming, so time to perform how everyone thought you would. So I mean, I know Joe says they're kind of playing how they were supposed to, but right now they're not. Or 2 days ago they definitely weren't. Hopefully it evens out a little here.
The problem, Jake, is they got rid of 2 pitchers on their team that were kind of leaders from the bullpen, which means something to the rest. They got rid of Yaz, which by no means is he a good hitter. He's an okay player, but he was a leader, I think, in that group. That
True.
Chapman's been on and off out here and there. He's a leader. There's no soul. Like the team right now has no identity. There's no player that says, I am the essence of the Giants, or players, really. You need like a few guys that like, oh, those guys, they don't have that. Adamas isn't that guy, though.
Becoming that.
It's his first year and he's underperforming.
Well, that's the thing. The guys who are the leaders are not able to lead when they're not hitting.
But they're not hitting. They're not doing those little extra things. They're not coming in clutch and like, I don't know. I mean,
Dom Smith is the clutchest dude on the team.
That's just like not Dom Smith is supposed to be like that 4th or 5th guy. Like, oh, and Dom Smith is good too. He's like he's like Nas Reed. Like, oh, great, Nas Reed hit another
Dom
3.
Smith are 2 ex-Mets that are older.
You just don't build. Yeah, you don't build identity out of Dom Smith, and we just don't have any identity guys. Like, who on the Giants would you buy a jersey for right now?
Devers, I love the guy.
Wow, that changed.
Hitting 240.
Ever since that text from Shea Stadium, or wherever they play, Citi Field, and they're playing the Mets, you're a big Devers guy now.
No, I wasn't anti-Devers. I was asking you guys, how is this happening? Why are they so jinxed? And you guys were saying how bad Devers was. I'm saying he's not bad. He's playing bad, and this is not normal. And then since then, he's definitely been their best hitter. After Dave texted that,
he went from 230 to 240 in 3 games.
Look how many jacks in his OPS for the last 2 or 3 weeks. He's by far
2 or 3 weeks or 2 or 3 games.
So
I don't. He might be the best hitter on the Giants, but that's not saying a whole hell of a lot.
He's hitting for power almost every game. Watch the games. Watch Devers. Come on, give me a break. Okay.
So before they won a couple games here this week, everybody was basically resigned to the fact that Bob Melvin's getting fired. At least that's what I was hearing.
Yeah, the fans all everywhere on social
media, it was unanimous.
Everyone wanted him fired. But I don't, if he keeps winning, which he probably won't. I mean, unfortunately, it looks like someone's going to have to take the blame for the way this went south. It's just bizarre because same roster, you add to the roster with Devers, who Dave thinks is a C- player. And that was huge national news. The Giants were supposed to be one of the best, teams in the NL after that trade. And it's all gone to shit. It's hard to explain.
Okay, I have a thought about this. So I think one of the things about the Giants have struggled with is free agents. And I thought Buster made a nice play to get a good hitter outside of the free agent market via trade. And I don't know if I would call that a play to win the division. Of course, it was an effort to make the team better, but it's, I think, also to make the team better over the next 7 years. Yeah. So I don't think that, everything should be put on that. But then I think he pivoted, Buster. I have to give him credit for trading Tyler Rogers for one. They got a haul for that guy.
Yeah.
And, I thought that was a great play. So to say that, they're putting it all on the line for this year, I just think is a little inaccurate. I mean, somebody could take the fall, I suppose. It's certainly not going to be Buster. I guess it's got to be Bob Melvin, but I don't know. I wasn't expecting it all to happen this year.
You can't lose 15 of 16 and not have no one take the blame. It's as simple as that. You got to be competitive. You've made all these moves. I'm not saying they were counting on winning the World Series, but you can't go from like 15 games over 500 to being 500 overnight.
I think you can.
I don't.
They do have the worst. They do have the worst record. The worst record since the All-Star break, I think. Maybe.
Yeah. So how's that happen?
How does that happen? Guys who are not performing well because I don't know. They don't like each other. There's bad blood we don't know about. Maybe a coach isn't really helping them out. Who knows? There's so many intricacies of playing baseball at the major league level. We'll never really know why. I mean,
I agree, but when you have 40,000 fans showing up to every game and they're losing constantly, they want blood. The fans want something to change, and that's how baseball works.
I personally don't think Bob Melvin is what's going to get you more wins necessarily. I think better players will get you more wins, and I think going to the free agent market and just like getting some killer pitching, some
sure. I'm not saying that's necessarily the right move, but that's what's going to probably happen because that's how it works.
Well, the fan base wants blood for sure.
Yeah, no doubt.
And the Giants do, as a franchise, I think they do listen to their fans, unlike the other franchise I followed for my whole life. So they might listen to them.
I think I'm down for like a change in management that moves a little bit more towards the Hispanic, like a Felipe Alou kind of a manager. I want like that look now, or a Dusty Baker. I want a little color in my manager at this point. I'm kind of getting like, I feel like, yeah.
Sounds like
no, I'm serious.
All Blacks, huh?
I'm all Blacks today. Bob Melvin is great, but I think it was like Bob Melvin is like, I want to be a Bruce Bochy, but I'm not Bruce Bochy. He's just not, doesn't carry that same level of like, I don't know, toughness, edge, but also like grandfatherly, like, wisdom. And Bob Melvin maybe has a little bit of all those things, but he just doesn't have the presence that Bochy had. So I think we need to mix it up. And I think I'd go for an ex-player that, like a Jorge Posada type, if they were around, to come in there, maybe another ex-catcher too, so that Posey can like have some rapport with. But I'd like to see something a little different. I don't know. I think
y'all should have got Stephen Vogt when you could have. That would have been
a lot of Giants fans wanted that move. Also, Bochy's contract expires after the season, so
that's true.
There's an option.
But these guys are old though. Bob Melvin's old. Bochy's old.
I want somebody young. I want the young.
A young Latino manager makes sense. I like
that's
that.
what I want.
Because we're heavily Latin ball club, and it would be good to have someone they could talk to and relate to.
Yeah. Anyway, that's my recommendation for Buster. If you're listening out there, buddy, go grab him.
Casey Schmidt just struck out on the ball was already in the glove, and it was a curveball. So I don't know how that works. And he swung at it after it hit the mitt.
Like was it going to be a strike? He's like, I'm going down swinging for sure.
Yeah, he didn't want the called the looking strikeout. So. There you go.
Shit.
Well, that leads us to realignment, I guess. Let's talk about that. The Giant. Where'd Starkey go?
Wait, Jonathan Kuminga, and we're done.
Okay.
Nothing. Before we go to realignment, and I don't want to talk about Jonathan Kuminga. Who cares? It doesn't even matter. I
do care. I want him to go away. Go away, Jonathan.
All right. The Humm Deezies has said, just go away, take a vacation, come back, sign a $9 million contract. We'll do a trade halfway through the season. You'll find your path. You'll be all right. In the meantime, woo! Cal Bears football with your Joe the Boot Starkey.
Roll on, you Bears. I am so excited. We got August 30th, opening day here. First game against Oregon State in Corvallis. So get ready. It's this month, guys. A couple weeks away. So I was thinking the only team that has not either left me altogether or moved further away, a la the Santa Clara 49ers, is your California Golden Bears. They have always stayed with me. They're my only team that hasn't moved away.
They're not
That's their
going
whole
anywhere,
marketing
Joe.
campaign right now too.
And I just, they're not going anywhere. Their college is stuck. So
They have a poster outside the Oakland Coliseum. It's a Cal Bear advertising, season tickets and stuff, and it says "We're not leaving you," and it shows pictures of the A's and the Raiders.
the only one, man. Like, you really can't think of any other. So
It's funny. I tried to explain the concept of the Spanish dad to these kids, the cousin's husband, who's a really cool guy, great family. They're big soccer fans, and he was asking me about Giants history, and I was like, yeah, so the Dodgers and Giants were in Brooklyn and New York, and then they moved out to LA and San Francisco in the same year. He didn't understand the concept of all these teams that have moved, because it's all the teams that are in their city in Europe. That's the whole point of the team, is the city.
Yeah. It's almost never happened. It's like
yeah. So he didn't understand that was even a possibility. So it was kind of mind blowing to them that all these teams move all the time, and it's just that's American capitalism and ownership here.
Horseshit.
What are you gonna do?
Gotta go where the business takes you. Welcome to America.
So anyway, yeah, it is now a business, NIL business, and Cal alumni started ponying up a little bit, and they started buying some players. So we got this transfer quarterback from Ohio State. They paid some big bucks for him.
High 100,000s, I heard.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. 8, 7, whatever, but a lot. More than we make collectively.
And guess what? He's not even going to start. They got some other guy from Hawaii, a 5-star recruit. Jaron, you told me the last name. I'm not.
Well, we're going to each try and pronounce it separately for the pod.
I don't have it in front of me.
Jaron Kewe Sagapolutele.
That's good. We're going to go with that. Dave's our
Sagapolutele.
I'm going to go with JKS. JKS has got the starting nod for opening day here. So yeah, I'm excited. First one since Jared Goff to be a freshman starter. Yeah, he sounds like he's got a real good long ball, and it should be exciting.
And he's got Riverboat on the sidelines.
Right? Oh yeah, Ron Riverboat is he's not the coach. He's he's like the president of operations kind of deal.
What Andrew Luck's doing at Stanford?
Right, exactly.
Right.
Same business.
So, Joe, do you have predictions for this Cal season? Are they going to get like a 7-5?
Well, I got to say, I'm going to tell you, this is their schedule, and you tell me after I tell you all these names. Or at Oregon State, home for Texas Southern, home for Minnesota, away San Diego State, away Boston College, home for Duke, home for Bill Belichick's North Carolina Tar Heels.
Well, that'll be a good one.
We got to go to that one.
Yeah, October 16th, I'll be there. Away Virginia Tech, home Virginia, away Louisville, away Stanford, and then SMU. I mean, this is a cupcake schedule. So, I mean, I know Cal's not going to be, supposed to be winning 10 games,
but when you're not playing college basketball.
This is a basketball league. They're in ACC. I mean,
yeah.
It would be trouble to play basketball.
Last year, when they really gave us a tease with that Miami game, and we're up 35-10, and we saw them totally just fucking cough it up. That was one of the worst losses of a team I root for I've ever seen live.
I mean, we were there. Yeah, you could see it coming from like the third quarter.
Yeah, we started.
They were such a better team, and like talk about momentum. You're talking about momentum in baseball. Like it was like.
There's no better team mid-game to lay some bets on than Cal. They really show you their colors from time to time. Like, oh, here we go again. And
they always, I for some reason with Cal, I always have hope at the beginning of the year because they show like signs of being a promising team, and it's been collapsing every single year at the end of the year. I don't understand why that is, but it's been a thing for quite a while now.
So anyway, their over-under is 5.5. I got the over.
Yeah, let's over on that. 5.5.
5.5 wins?
Yeah,
All
I
right.
said 12 games.
12 games. So next.
All right.
5 and 7 gets you a bowl game these days, though. So maybe they'll win 5.
Yeah, I mean,
Well-
there are, just before we move on, I mean, there are some negatives like Jay Knott and Jack Endries left to Oklahoma and Texas, respectively. So there was a lot of transfer portal shenanigans. I think like 5, the whole running back room basically left when the running back coach left. So we'll see how it goes. It's going to be a crapshoot.
Yeah. All right. Well, the big subject we've all been kind of interested in. This is a rough transition because it's jumping back into baseball, but they're talking about realignment a lot. And Manfred suggested the possibility of realignment when we get expansion teams. And there's a lot of mixed opinions here, but baseball's been kind of shitting on tradition lately, and it seems like we've all kind of adjusted to it. So I'm wondering, does this scream like, no, that's too much too soon to change it up like that? Or
Well,
do you think
let's
it's
talk
too
about
much?
what it is first, Jay.
Yeah, let's talk about what a realignment looks like.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
Go
go ahead.
All right. So right now they've got 30 teams, 6 divisions, NL West, Central, East, AL West, Central, East, and 5 teams in each. And then they're talking about getting 2 expansion teams. Where those 2 expansion teams are going, nobody really knows. I mean, there's some good ideas, but the idea is you go to 32 and you can have a league a lot like the NFL does, where you have 8 divisions of 4. And if they're going to do this whole realignment, they're talking about doing it geographically. So you won't necessarily, you won't necessarily have a national
AL and
league.
NL.
Yeah, like the 2 teams from New York could be in the same division. You won't necessarily have an AL and an NL. You'll have just like an East and a West more so than you did previously. So there's like 12 different ways you could slice this up, and there's a lot of different theories. Nobody knows exactly what's going on, but it is probably going to be 8 divisions of 4 teams sliced up geographically. So it's interesting.
My first thought about this is when I was like, Manfred's proposal breaks up the Dodgers and the Giants in the same division, but the Giants would be in the easiest cupcake division in all of baseball. So I kind of changed my tune on that. Seems kind of like it would be a gift for us because we'd be playing with like a bunch of small market teams that are historical losers, such as Joe Starkey's former team. And
Losers.
And an expansion team possibly, or the Rockies and the Mariners. So let's make that happen. Fuck it. There aren't leagues anymore. The DH is everywhere. The rules are the same in both leagues. There's no difference in team play anymore. So you might as well just go all the way and just make it up.
I hate to break it to you, Jake. I think they're going to want to keep that stupid rivalry between the Dodgers and Giants. And I think you're going to end up having the Dodgers, Padres, Angels, and Giants in the division.
I've heard they're going to be with more northern teams.
I was hoping to be able to share that image that you shared with me, Joe, but I'm not able to figure out my share screen to get it up on here. It's an interesting look because what they aim to do, and I think it was actually pretty smart, was to try and keep rivalries together as much as possible. But where it gets pretty funky is that usually those rivalries and those particular teams also are like the highest paid teams. So like having the East be Boston, New York rivalry, Mets, Phillies, not quite the same rivalry, but still the rivalry of the NL East, all in the same division is hot and sexy, but it also means like you might have the 4 best teams in that division any given season.
Sexy. I think that's so sexy.
But guys, Manfred proposed breaking up the Giants and Dodgers and breaking up the Cubs and St. Louis with his suggested teams.
I don't think the actual alignment is at all defined yet.
It's not official. Yeah, I'm just saying.
I mean, just today I saw about 12 articles with
Right.
12 different possible realignment.
Right.
And
Yeah.
one thing that would affect us certainly is if the Giants were either with those Southern California teams or if they were with the Pacific Northwest teams.
So if there's Seattle and a Portland expansion team,
and the A's in Vegas, that's what that would probably
that
be.
would be that would be just we'd win the division every year. And right now, it looks like we're not going to win the division for a long, long time with the way the Dodgers are playing and spending.
Yes, I know you all love that rivalry, but maybe you want to go play with the Portland Pixies.
Well,
Portland Pixies.
It's a balance. It's a balanced schedule right now, anyway. So the rivalry has already kind of been diminished. They don't play as many games against each other anymore.
Yeah, I mean that's the way MLB is going too. Is they're trying to get more diversity of playing a lot of different teams, so you get to see a new look. But the reality is
it's like the manager you want on the Giants.
Yeah, I honestly, for baseball purposes, I was really okay with like Giants getting their division rivalries or division teams 18 times a year. I didn't mind that because I like the idea that like this is our division and we got to go up against them and we got to win our division and we should be playing them a lot more versus just rolling all over the MLB playing every single team. Like, I don't know, like I don't care that much about seeing some random team like Detroit for 6 games. I don't know. It doesn't like do anything for me. Like I'll see them in the World Series if they make it there. Otherwise, stay over there and play your game.
Do you remember growing up? Do you remember growing up would be like the Giants would be playing like the Braves in the AL or the NL West?
Yeah,
Cincinnati and weird shit like this.
So weird.
Yeah. So I never understood why aren't the White Sox and Cubs playing each other? Why aren't the Mets and Yankees playing each other? They're like these are electric rivalries. They should play each other. Why are you passing on that because of the National League and the American League? It's like I don't know. It seems a little passe just to stick with good old National League and American League. The Milwaukee Brewers changed divisions or changed leagues, and the Houston Astros changed leagues. Who gives a shit? I mean, I think it's a lot more interesting to see the Dodgers and Angels play, or the Giants and the Oakland A's play, or any of these other teams are right next to each other.
And I think baseball needs that more than any other sport because rivalries in baseball seemingly what makes the world go round for fans versus NBA football. It's so player based. Like a few players are so big and you want to go watch that one or two guys perform versus baseball. You just want to watch your team go against theirs. Like you're at a soccer game in, some random part of Wales and you just like want to go beat the shit out of them at the end of the game. Cause it's just your rivalry and that's all you really care about. You don't really see anything else. So I don't know. People don't care that much about Champions League. Jake, you and I were kind of joking about that before. I think some people do, like really big soccer fans, but many people don't because they just like, what do I care about watching some random Polish team play against a random English team? Like, you don't really care. Maybe if your team gets into the quarterfinals and starts playing against the Spanish La Liga, and then all of a sudden you got this dynamic of English Premier La Liga, and maybe somebody like Paris SG or Bayern Munich, then all of a sudden like, oh, these are the premium players and this is what it's all about. It's like the best. Cool. But otherwise, no one really cares about a Wednesday game of soccer played between some random teams from different parts of Europe.
Well, I think baseball, unlike some other sports, is hyper local. I mean, just living here in the Bay Area as an A's fan, everybody just all of a sudden gave a crap about a midweek game, but it's usually on the weekend, but all of a sudden it was something that it was must see TV. And, I don't think there's a whole lot of like a football game. It could be, playing across the country. Nobody cares, but there's something about having like a 3-game series against a crosstown rival. And you look around the map, there's a lot of places that actually care about the American National League place. I remember my mom grew up between Pittsburgh and Cleveland, and everybody was either a Pittsburgh fan or an Indians fan. And all of a sudden, they would be in the same division. You got the Nationals and the Orioles; they're in the same city. You got the all these little rivalries that could be that you've just been sleeping on for years. I think it'd be great.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad at it. I mean, a realignment that actually truly brings it together, so long as they're able to keep the existing rivalries together as much as possible. I think that's super important.
Well, how would the playoff structure work? Would you have to win the division, or would it be like basketball now, where you just take the 8 best records?
Got to go division winner 8
I think it'd be a lot like football.
So division winner like football?
Yeah.
And then a couple wild cards?
Right. Oh, because there's 4, right? 4 plus 2, you get 6, and then you kind of
Yeah, basketball is just 8 from each conference. Best 8.
I
So
mean,
that
you could
kind of
do that.
that takes away all division rivalry in basketball. There aren't any anymore.
Yeah,
No,
but
I
you
think
get
they're
placed
gonna.
higher up. They might do 8 teams and try and add like just another whole level of playoffs. I'd be okay with that. Maybe do 2 5-game series and a 7 before you go to the World Series.
If you want divisions to matter, you have to have the division winner be guaranteed a playoff spot.
I
Yeah,
think that's how it's going to be.
100%. That would always be the case, I think.
Yeah, but basketball abandoned it, and I don't really like that.
I agree, Jake. I think basketball is missing a certain like rivalry thing. Like they have these divisions that mean nothing.
Yeah.
But it would be more interesting if the the Warriors playing the Kings, Clippers, Lakers, and if it mattered. I don't even know who the other team is. I have to think about it. Portland? I don't know.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
Portland.
I remember following the division as a kid, like way closer. I don't even look at it now because it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. So I
It
think
matters in the sense that you play them one more time than other teams, and
Right.
that your placement within the final 8 is dependent on how well you do within your division. So there's some level of it, it's meaningful games, but it never seems to play out as importantly. Of course, with the Warriors this year, it kind of did in a way where they ended up landing because of that last game against the Clippers.
So part of this that's going to make it all go around is if you need to have 2 expansion teams. They've been trying to settle the whole Tampa and athletics situation so that they can move on to getting 2 expansion teams wherever they may be. And I think there's some favorites, but it's certainly not decided. So I was thinking we could go around the horn and see where y'all thought these 2 expansion teams should be.
All right. Well, we're getting who wants to go first? Let's knock this out. Who's first?
Joe, you go first.
I'll be first, sure. Well, if you're going to ask me, you know where I want to put it. That's
San Mateo.
Oakland, California for the first overall
Fremont.
draft pick. Thank you.
Fremont.
Sacramento.
I wish they got Fremont. I wish they got Sacramento, but yeah, no.
Okay, Dave, go.
Well, I mean, there's the obvious picks, but the reality is I would like to see baseball expand a little bit beyond the U.S. map. And if you push me to it, I'd say Mexico is a cool place to be, and Mexico City would be an awesome place to have a baseball team, even though it's a little ways away. But the reality is so is freaking Miami in the end. Like, they're pretty far from everything. So is Seattle. So why not have a Mexico City baseball team? There's my
I think it's
dream,
totally
my dream
feasible to
pick.
do that, Dave. Totally feasible.
Yeah, that's great. Well, the Giants and Padres played either last year or the year before in Mexico City. And if they were to play at that stadium, whatever team goes there is going to have some 400 hitters on those teams with 50, 60, 70 jacks.
You might have to make it like 500 feet to center field there.
Yeah,
They're playing at elevation.
Fly.
Yeah. Mile high is not Mexico City mile high. Mile and a half high. They'll call it.
There will be many a record broken from
Which would be
8.
dope. Because if we can't take roids, we might as well play at higher elevations, or at least maybe we start sucking the air out of these stadiums. Like,
And give me an excuse to go to Mexico City. Have you guys been? It's a great place to
one
visit.
of my favorite places to go visit for sure.
You,
I love it.
you get on a fairly short flight and you're like in this whole other country. I mean, it is another country, but it feels like you're going on a
And it's a
far out
jungle.
place.
It's a jungle in that city. Anyway,
And then we can have teams in Cabo and Tulum and Cancun. Let's just, once we get to like 50.
All right,
Hey,
Jake.
Mom,
I'm stalling. You're
bring in some
gonna be-
meatloaf. That. You know what? I will have some meatloaf. Let's have some meatloaf. You want some? Yes. I need. Hey, Mom!
There you
The
go.
meatloaf! We want it now!
we want Mexico City meatloaf.
Ma, the meatloaf!
All right.
Fuck!
I was too tired to go to record this at my parents' house tonight. I would have been screaming about the meatloaf a little more than I.
All right. Well, I had to add it in for you there, Jake. All right. Who do you like? What city?
Give me one they've been talking about. Or, I love the South. I'm an American, so I'm going to pick Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah, Southish for sure. It's on the cusp of Middle America, but I think that's great.
Yeah, South
Nashville
is
would be a cool place.
questionable. I went to Nashville last year, man. It was so great, and so they got the main drag, and all these like music and everything. It's also the bachelorette capital of the United States. I mean, I'm not kidding. There's a lot of bachelorette parties. It's really cool. They got the hockey arena on one side of the street, and then you got the Titans, their stadium on the other side of the street, and all the fun in between. I mean, great place to go for a boys' weekend.
For sure. It's a lively atmosphere. I don't mean it's like, the deep South or anything, but that's, that part of the country. Yeah. I'm an Alabama guy myself. So, hey, if you want to get an MLB team in Alabama, I'm all for it.
I was thinking Baton Rouge or New Orleans.
Yeah, New Orleans would be sick. Also, boy, some of those summer games would be swampy, dude. Guys would be just
pretty rough. I don't think they can afford a stadium out there, even with bonds. All right, Joe, your turn.
Yeah, all right. I think I would love to see a team in Portland. I don't know. It's something about Seattle out there all by its lonesome just seems a little off. And I think Portland, they've been wanting a team for a lot of years. They got the Portland Diamond Project they've had for like 10 years. They've raised all this money. It's a beautiful city. It's a fun city. Got a lot of good beer and such. I'd love to go see a game in Portland.
I wouldn't deny that Portland's a good choice for the Pacific Northwest, but I'm going to go a little further north and say I would really hope that we can not just have a team in Toronto, but also Vancouver would be dope, because Vancouver is also a fucking beautiful city. It's right near Whistler. That whole area is gorgeous. I'd go watch a baseball game up there, although that plane ticket wouldn't be cheap. But hey, who cares? Fly into Bellingham and drive over the border, catch a baseball game. Oh, Vancouver's my pick.
What a sexy city that is. I love it, man. Beautiful.
And name them the Grizzlies in honor of the the ex-Vancouver American team or American pro sports team.
I would go like Orcas. I think baseball Orcas, like a big old whale with a bat.
Well, you can have like a throwback Thursday night.
Screwed. They had the Supersonics and the Grizzlies both taken away. Summertime.
Dave, I was going to go right next, not right next, pretty far away, but a same country. I want Montreal to get a team back because I miss my Expos.
I agree 100%.
I love their unis. I loved they had a great farm system. A lot of amazing pitchers came up through the Expos and players. So that is my pick, number 2.
Well, that was my pick, man. I can't even think of what I want next, but well, because Montreal, man, they had their team taken away first, so I feel for those Montreal guys. Let's see. I guess one of the teams they're talking about is Charlotte. Another city they're talking about is Salt Lake. Oh gosh, I guess I would go with Salt Lake. I think Salt Lake. Yeah, demographically, Salt Lake has the youngest population in the United States. And I would venture to guess that they're going to continue to keep growing as the years go on. I mean, the Morbins know how to produce. And, I also love going to Utah to go skiing and whatnot. It's really a beautiful place. So projecting out, I wouldn't say here in 2025 that it's the best pick, but I think maybe around 2040 you might start seeing that as a real city. Much bigger population than Vegas, for example.
Those balls would also fly out of the park. Not quite as much as Colorado, but they're up there too.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I got one. I think this is kind of a one you wouldn't see coming, but certainly we have a lot of baseball bats made there. Some of the best drinks come out of Louisville, Kentucky. Right. I think that would be a sick place for a baseball team, just from the dynamic of going into Kentucky. And I don't know, feels like the South needs another baseball team kind of in the middle of that whole southern belt.
Totally.
Yeah, I'll follow up on that and just say, fuck it. Yeah, let's do Mobile, Alabama. That's one of my favorite cities in the South.
Not Lubbock. You're not going Lubbock?
Oh, Lubbock would be nice. But no, Lubbock I loved as a 23-year-old, as a mid-30s. I love Mobile, Alabama. I had some great fun there. It's the DeMarcus Cousins country. It's a hell of a place to party.
I think San Antonio is actually a possibility in that area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Texas doesn't need another team. Let's get creative here. You know what I mean?
They technically only have 2 teams, and they're pretty darn big, like California. So they
How
could
many teams does Alabama have, Dave? How many teams does Tennessee have? How many teams does Utah have? Huh?
Texas. What about Boise, Idaho? All right, let's move on.
There you go. A lot of great options out there.
No,
Well,
there's
Rob Manfred should contact us. We have a lot of great ideas. So,
True.
but I wonder when this is going to happen. It's gonna be exciting. I'm curious to see when it goes down.
Collective bargaining agreement is over in 2030. So there you go.
Well, don't we have a strike to look forward to pretty soon?
Oh, that is true. Possibly next year.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, maybe the Giants are being very strategic about the wait until after. Anyway, might be paying guys for no reason next year.
Yeah. Who the hell knows? Well, I'm watching Bob Melvin right now, speaking his very even kill, low-key tone about the Giants losing again and scoring 1 run. So we're back to the 1-run games. So, Dave.
Sorry I couldn't bring it home for you with another.
Yeah. You didn't have that, earnest take that you had to feel the need to text to everybody. That's when it really happens.
Can't be explained, Jake. It can only be observed and acknowledged.
Yes, true. Well, I believe that will wrap up the Humm Daddies podcast for tonight. Is that correct?
That's a fact, Jack.
And
Big day. You doing what?
Well, actually, pretty nice little Saturday. We're gonna go to Home Depot. Yeah, buy some wallpaper, maybe get some flooring, stuff like that. Maybe Bed Bath & Beyond. I don't know. I don't know if we'll have enough time.
Who knows if we'll have enough time? But we're at time.
yeah, so we'll see you out at maybe we'll do a pod before the next, we're out at the park, but we have a future podcast with Larry Kruger to look forward to. And I'm going to talk with Paulie. We talked again, and we're going to discuss our special U2 show with Ted Ramey at the game next week. So that's it for now. I'm Jake Lucas. That's Dave Greenstein. That's Joe Starkey. Humm Daddies.
Bye. Home Daddies.